Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the bad button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody? How y'all out there doing? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Back at it like a man at it. Happy Sunday morning, week 14. You're hanging out here with your boys. A little sleepy still, but y'all gonna help us get up this morning. Before we get started, got to bring in my man from Ag Town at STWF World Class Studios. We got, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. Uncle Leroy's in the building. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. Yes, sir. I'm live here from STWF Studios here in Arlington, Texas. I'm sporting the Who Dey jersey this week because my Saints on a bye. So I'm still with the Who Dat, but, you know, it's Who Dey. Don't tell anyone I said that. But, yes, sir, man, I'm happy to be here on the Fantasy Football Insight Live show, man. But before we get this show started, we got to go all the way up to the home of the Boston Baked Bean and get our guy, too, on the show, man. What's Zam?
What's the word with it, man? It's Sunday, football Sunday. Getting very pivotal for a lot of teams, a lot of GMs in the professional leagues and fantasy leagues. You know, if you ain't clinched this week, you ain't got a playoff spot this week. Hopefully you get one this week because after this week, it's over.
That is true. That is
over.
true.
What's going on, man? We are tapped in. I mean, you know, Uncle, telling everybody to tap in.
You heard me like that, man. Like, let's go, man. It's like you said, it's a pivotal week. Like, it's either, you know, you've already got the little star by your name for the for your, whichever fantasy football league you're in, indicating that you are playoff bound, or you might be on the cusp of getting into the playoffs, or you might be on the cusp of getting out of the playoffs. So this is the show where definitely y'all want to talk and ask your questions to, you know, some of the vets. So yeah, man, let's get it.
Definitely. Shout out to Chris, man. Hope you're feeling better, dog. You know, you're a Bengals fan, and the Browns are going to beat the Bengals again. You know, I hope that happens today. Facebook user. Guess who made the playoffs and sitting at the top of the division? Good morning, Facebook user. Hey, well, good for you. Hopefully, it's not a sign that you're eliminated early in the playoffs. You know, but who's
you just jinxed him. Next show, he's gonna be like, "God damn, too, I'm out of the playoffs because of you."
got no confidence in you, man, coming in like that, man. You know, maybe because I don't have a top spot and then none of the leagues I play in, you know, but that's all good. You know, good morning to you, Jamie. Good morning to you, Jamie. Making your push for viewer of the year. You know,
Man, hey,
always
viewer of the year,
viewer of the year,
fan of the year.
always active, always active.
She also made us some shirts, man. Y'all got to check that out. Like I got a little sneak preview of some shirts. So shout out to you, Jamie. You definitely got some talent. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Definitely. Nick Chubb, man. Nick Chubb should have a good day today. Let's go.
Did we not see how lethargic the Browns look when they had Deshaun Watson last week? I mean,
hey, man. Like I said, man, he survived. He survived the 14 women. His team got the W4 team game, and now you go into a tougher plate today. So let's see what he does, Mr. Cosby. That is Watson Cosby. I had fun, won or lost, and that's the more of it, man. I mean, not really, because you don't really want to lose, you know. Now, if you're playing in these petty free leagues, then you can afford that. But when you're paying harder in cash to try to win cash and you lose, that's kind of not good. It's not good at all. To me, I'm mad.
And I'm going to say this, because going into this whole fantasy football thing, I had the same idea. But, as you do things, you learn and you should get better. That's why in the beginning of every fantasy football season, I post this question in the group, why is it that you play fantasy football? Is it for the cash? Is it for the fame? Is it for the trophy? Because like yourself, I got in it to play, for the money. It's like, hey, if I put my money up, I'm very competitive. If I'm not, I don't care. But some people play just for the camaraderie, just for the for the trophy, for the hardware. So, shout out to your Facebook user said, win, lose, or draw, you have fun, because that's what our leagues are set up for: interaction and to have fun. People be like, oh, why you have two quarterback teams in a 14, two quarterback league with 14 teams. That's because, hey, you know what? If you need a player, you got to interact and trade. So definitely to those people that, want to play football, play fantasy football just for the camaraderie. Shout out to y'all. Not many of y'all, but shout out.
Shout out to you, Chris, man, playing in multiple STFW leagues, man.
Oh, man, that's Cedric Powell, man. That's fam right there. Shout out to him, man. Like, that's one of our top supporters.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Okay, said. It's okay, man, said, but we Cowboys fans. We don't live like that. We have fun, nothing. Ain't no fun. When we lose, ain't no fun. Definitely not. Shout out to you, man. See you on your workout thing, man, on and off, man. You got me into keeping my steps and calories on a daily, man. I've been smashing stuff.
Motivation.
Facts. That's inundated in our group. But man, you know what? On this fantasy football week, we got some real big injuries, like the one, and Fooey on me last week, because I'm thinking I'm always ahead of the game. Last week I picked up Huntley. And then I made a slip up and dropped him instead of dropping Matthew Stafford. Because I was like, all right, Lamar Jackson played. So last Sunday, right before the game, I dropped him. So, yeah. So I think that's, what's one of the biggest injuries. So what we got up for our first topic?
First topic, first injury. Well, actually, I guess he's been officially as rule active. Amari Cooper, he was kind of doubtful. He's going to be playing today with that hip injury that he's dealing with.
Yeah, I got Amari Cooper via trade, so
we didn't ask you that.
Hey, but I mean, look, it paid off. It paid off well in the beginning, but I mean, now, it's like, hey, bro, I need you to stand up and be a number one. And it's like, he's gone missing.
I have to say, you probably the first person I actually traded with ever in our league.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Might say that's from insider trading, though.
Hey, when you do something like that, figuring that we're all on the show right now, I would say something like that too. You know what I'm saying? Looking all in the airway to say, what the hell is that smell? Because I smell something bad.
Hey, let's just get that together one more time.
I like y'all. I'm a guy too. I like to trade with people, and it's not even because you ain't cool or any of that. I just don't like to trade. Sometimes I'm just in the mindset of this is my team. How can I get my team out of it without having to make a trade? And then, like you said, you drop somebody, and then the guys are ultimately starting this week. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy that you didn't, he's on the IR. So it happens like that, and that's what happens when I'm thinking.
That's probably why you're not in the top of your league because in
No,
the
no,
beginning of my fantasy football career, I used to play like that. But you have to trade, bro. You have to trade.
You ain't even in the playoffs.
Hey, I mean, that's in the junior league, bro. Because I try to tend to let other people play, but in the big league, I am top 2, and in this other league, I am top 2.
I have to
in this other league.
That move you pulled as a GM, when he picked up Rush, he knew Dak was going out. He caught your boy between a rock and a hard place, and he just kind of slid him a DM. Hey, man, what's up? You need to stay? I guess I do, man. That's a power GM move to me.
Hey, yeah, that's how you got to do it, man. That's like, that's levels of it, man. Like, and I like that. I like interaction. But, all right, we got questions already popping in. So what we got? What you said? What's the question?
Is that he got Evan Ingram or Njoku full PPR?
I got Njoku, and I'm sitting in one of these leagues, and I'm benching Kittle for him.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because Purdy got too many options out of the backfield, so for that reason,
Fair.
And with this, I don't even know how this is. Wait, Evan Ingram, he no longer plays for the Giants. He plays for the Jags, right? Yeah. So they're playing Tennessee. So, I think I made mention last week about, when they're like, that's going to be a low scoring game. So I really wouldn't, and with Trevor Lawrence coming off of an injury, from last week, it might be some dump offs, but I really think it might be running, and with Saquon Barkley. I'm sorry, not Saquon Barkley. That's the wrong team. But yeah, I think it's gonna be running. So I would go with Njoku.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna
heard it here first.
Opposite way. I'm gonna go opposite swing. I'm gonna go Evan Ingram, and it's not because of the matchup. I mean, we know the Browns, in terms of their skill plays, have the favorable matchup. Like you said, Trevor and Jacksonville have been kind of up and down all year. So I can respect you in regards to why you would pick Njoku. But, hey, if you're just saying your man Deshaun Watson can't get in motion, how's Njoku going to get in motion? I feel like Trevor at least is in motion, and you got your man Ingram, and I think Ingram should get the start today over Njoku, full PPR. I think the Jaguars beat the Titans today.
You might be right on that because you've been spot on with calling the games. Now these players, I don't know about that, but you've been spot on with it.
Tons of points versus Houston Sus. Brady.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I might say it's a house divided over there by you, sir.
Yeah, definitely divided, man. Definitely divided. You and the missus are gonna be at it today.
Yeah, I'm walking on eggshells today, man.
Mm-hmm. You look a little famished. I bet you ain't getting any morning breakfast this morning.
Yeah, right? I'm going to take my breakfast. She ain't slipping nothing in here, did she?
Brady cousins of golf today. You had to choose a QB.
Golf. I mean, easily. I mean, golf is,
he's coming to his own.
Yeah.
But they're playing Minnesota at home.
Yeah. I mean, and they're going to have to throw the ball. So,
don't trust Brady.
Wait, you know what? Hold on. We're talking about things, good luck. That reminds me of last week when we had, was it Trevor Lawrence or Lamar Jackson? Where is that guy at? You know what I'm saying? He should be hitting our stars up because we told him not to play Lamar Jackson for $100.
$100, and he played him anyway and rolled his dice in 1, 2, 3.
Wait, so you knew the guy?
Game over.
You knew the guy?
I knew the guy.
I'm asking, you knew him?
Yes, I know the guy.
Oh, and he played Lamar Jackson?
The guy was me.
I was like, wait, oh my gosh.
The guy was me, but guess what? Now to be crazy, but despite Lamar's injury,
wait, that wasn't you, bro. That couldn't be you.
Lamar's injury and Trevor playing the whole game. If Lamar played that whole game, Lamar would have had a better game than Trevor. Yeah. Because look at they got blown out by the goddamn Lions last week. So I mean,
if Deion Sanders would have not taken a job at Colorado, he would still be at Jackson State.
hey man, and if you were on your game, you would be in the playoffs in every league you're in.
Ooh, can I get Shots fired, man. I like it.
Keep the receipts for a reason, everybody. Definitely.
Oh man, see, y'all got to get here, hang out with us, man. It's
You gotta
good
get here, hang
entertainment.
out with us, and be on time. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody in the dark room that was not on time this morning, but we love him so much. We're gonna let him enter this wonderful chat on this Sunday. I know he's drunk over the UFC last night. I hope he comes in with some combat punches because he gonna need them on this Sunday. My guy Jake from State Farm in the building, rocking the STWF shirt. Oh, I see ya.
Yeah, had to make a debut today. Yeah, no, I'm still. I wouldn't go ahead with the drunk part. I'm definitely feeling the hangover stuff. So I got the water instead of the super sugary Arizona today. So I'm rocking it, and I'm awake now. How we doing?
Appreciate you, Jose.
Man, y'all got me rolling, man.
Wait, okay, so it was Jimmy Ignacio. So you're Jimmy Ignacio?
No. I mentioned last week. I had mentioned last week too that I would start Lamar. We was having a big discussion last week, and
I remember. Right, and that's why I was saying like you shouldn't pick the people. But yeah, that's why I want Jimmy Ignacio. He owes us some stars, man, because he asked the question last week: Jackson or Lawrence for $100. So I'm waiting to collect, sir. Appreciate you.
Want to find the fee?
Speaking of that, Lamar,
yeah, because we didn't block you. We won, so you free to jump in.
Speaking of that injury rolling back, man, on our injury report, we're talking about Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson, of course, will not play today, dealing with knee injury, injured last week. Says that the injury could be 2 to 3 weeks. So right now in a tough AFC North with the Bengals right behind them, you know, how does this affect the Ravens? And Huntley being streamed in leagues, is that going to help fantasy users as well as the Ravens?
I'll jump on this one. So, you know, how I think this injury is going to affect and impact the Baltimore Ravens is like I've been saying since day one, Lamar Jackson should have taken the contract. So now he's far more expendable. So I think he might not be there next year. So right now, just like circling back to what we stated last week, Coach Lee said, he was like, you know, Huntley is a formidable quarterback replacement. So I think now we're about to see a really coached, coached and just managed football team. And with J.K. Dobbins coming back this week, I think, you're going to see Huntley a little bit more comfortable and laxed in the pocket and running the offense, because I think it's going to go around the run game, which is going to be led by J.K. Dobbins.
More balanced attack?
Yes.
I can see that.
Instead of focusing on one guy to make big plays every time he gets the ball. That's too much pressure. You put too much pressure on yourself, bro. Life is not that difficult, especially on a team. Bro. So I think we're going to see a well-coached, a decent, balanced Baltimore Ravens. And next year, we might see Lamar Jackson playing running back, because he will not be playing quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Book it. You've seen it here.
And, so hold on. We're going on the natural of what I've been saying all year, that Lamar will not be a Raven next year. He'll be somewhere, maybe New York.
You were saying that he wanted his bag. Get him his bag.
No. I said that Lamar's gone. I've been screaming that Lamar's gone for the last year. Ever since this contract been up, I've been screaming Lamar's gone. If the Ravens ain't going to give it to him, he needs to be in a big market. New York is a big market. Their quarterback goes trash. They need a quarterback to insert that. Go get Lamar. One of them.
Okay.
That's all.
He's washed up, but all right.
Nah, I don't think so. At all.
But so is he available today? I'm just asking. So is Lamar Jackson available today?
Huh? Is it who available? Is Jameis Winston available today?
Yeah, he is.
Is Mark Ingram available today?
Yeah, yes, we're available. They're all watching at home, watching everyone play this week.
Oh shit! Hey, injury bugs hit, man, and when they hit, they hit. But Leonard Fournette, who dealt with the injury bug last week, is expected to play this week against San Francisco after dealing with a foot injury this week in practice. Are you guys gonna hop on the Leonard Four wagon, or you guys like Rashad White?
I'm rolling with White.
Yeah, I picked up White, been running with him for a while. And last week, even when it looked dim, like he wasn't going to make a big play, what he did, caught one off the backfield for a touchdown. So I think, it will definitely, it's going to be a two-headed monster. So I'm trying to stray away from the whole backfield because they're playing the 49ers.
Indeed, man. Hey, this is a big injury going on right now. There's a 50-50 man may go. And luckily that I clinched a spot in STWF League because this man may not be playing today. Saquon Barkley is a legit 50-50 to play in Week 14 with a neck injury. Now, during practice this week, he's felt some discomfort. On Friday, they designated him to the situation. Now, I haven't heard nothing in terms of he's playing or not. It is 11:30, so we should be hearing it briefly. Anybody hears it,
It's on the Eastern time. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm like,
11:30 Eastern time. 11:30. Hey, they usually give out the like I heard James Robinson's not playing today, so you have James Robinson. Jet, he's not playing today. Got that on the phone. So yes, for the Giants who are trying to get into the playoffs, the man that people say the reason why the Giants are somewhat in motion this year may not play today. How does this affect the Giants?
He's the whole offense.
It's the whole offense.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Especially,
how they go.
Yeah. Especially with them on his losing skid. So, if they lose Saquon Barkley, they're going to be like a chicken with the head cut off. They're just going to be running around for, to try and find their identity.
Hey, yes, sir. Shout out to the insiders. The insiders. Think to the insider guards. Saquon will be in action today. Saquon is active. Hopefully, he doesn't turn the neck the wrong way and regress this status of playing. But the Giants are, like I said, in the prime of playoff contention. Their players got to go out there and play if they can.
But yeah, definitely, I would still, limit my expectations on Barkley, and if you got Matt Breida, if you're looking for a streamer, maybe just like, hey, I need someone else to play because you have a lot of players on a bye. Check out Matt Breida. So, we know that he can tote the load and he wants to get some looks, but I think he's second up to share the load with Saquon Barkley.
Yep, Matt Breida, a veteran that kind of knows how to play in this type of situations, type of weather. I feel that's an excellent choice. If Saquon is limited at any point, and this can be something that you track down, as fantasy playoffs come on as well. Look at Matt Breida. And speaking of running backs in committee, DJ Dallas may have that opportunity to hold the share of the running back position in Seattle as Kenneth Walker III is expected not to play today with a foot injury. Now, DJ Dallas does come with an ankle injury, but they're saying he's going to – no, matter of fact, no, DJ Allen is not going to play. They're going to go to the third string.
I'm changing my pick right now for Seattle.
They're playing against Carolina, and they're another team that's looking to stamp their mark in the playoffs. Already got DK Metcalf, who's dealing with injuries, the hip. They've been monitoring him. So doesn't look like Seattle's getting bad right now. This looks like the injuries are trying to derail them. But I'm going to say right now, and I'm going to pick up what Uncle been saying all season, I think Seattle can go overcome. I think they've done a lot this season to prove, at least to be in the dance. I don't know what happens in the dance, but they have the great style of coaching and Pete Carroll. They have a decent defense, and they do have playmakers, to be able to get through the game. So these injuries right now, hopefully they're healthy when it's time. They're definitely going to need Kenneth Walker, especially with the playoff game. I'm not going to trust Trevor Homer too much, but if it's 1 week, I might put some money in the bag. Being Carolina Panthers, and they don't know what they're doing. Their situation, Baker Mayfield looks real good right now.
Man. Oh, man. What's up, Dominique?
Dominique in the building, man. Dominique, man. Ah, man. The guy. Wow.
Golden State Warriors right now. I don't blame you.
We've seen 2 straight games like that. We've seen 2 straight games like that on a Thursday and a Monday where you turn off the TV and you think the game's over, and then you got Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield smiling at the end. Terrible football on the other side from the 2 teams that gave up those leads. One of them will keep anonymous.
So what do you think about Jacoby Myers being ruled out today?
Not good. That's New England's bread and butter right there. And the game against Arizona, where their guy DeAndre Hopkins is going to be playing. He dealt with some injuries as well as practice this week. That's not good for the Patriots, who 3 weeks ago we can play playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's been a dreadful last 3 weeks for them. And overall, it's a season where they're trying to, rebuild and all that. But I'm not hearing no rebuild in New England. When you're winning games, you got a successful coach, and you're out there winning games. You're winning games, but ultimately you won the games on your schedule that you should have won. And that's the reality of it. And now in the pattern of it, when you're fighting for position and you have a guy like Jacoby Myers out and the guy Matt Jones, who's in his second year, has been dealing with the reality of being an NFL quarterback and not a pretty boy, this is what you get. You sit on Damian Harris, who's also questionable tomorrow, and Amandre Stevenson to pull your offense out. Use those tight ends tomorrow. And I've been saying it about the Patriots all year. Use those tight ends. Use those tight ends. You're going to need them in that game tomorrow.
Fair enough. What else we got up here?
Who else we got on the injury report? Rolling down here. You already mentioned Jacoby Myers. Kadarius Toney, we know he got traded from the Giants to the Chiefs, looking like he's dealing with the same issues. And Kansas City basically just paid for, so far, nothing but 1 touchdown. Hamstring injury ruled out for week 14 as they played Denver. In Mahomes' case, okay, that's a little bullet we don't have, but I still got the guys on the field with me who've been riding on me the whole season. So I don't think it has any fancy impact. But it's the fact that he's out. It's just, you see this guy's first round pick. He had a couple of great games before he sat on the shelf the last year, some change. And then he's dealing with the same injury. So what was he doing during this rehab process to have this hamstring still acting like this? This is a question I want to ask. And you're from Florida. You went to Florida. We all know the pedigree of Florida. You know how their plays have been in the media for the last of the year, decade and a half. It just stinks to see that. A talent like that. I want to know what he's doing to, cure hamstring injuries or whatever he's dealing with, because this is not a good sign.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'll jump in too. But yeah, on with that Tony, it was like that trade was, it sounded bad. It was a little stinky. And, the fact that he's with had the same injuries as he did before, just confirmed that to me, these guys not built the same as the old school gridiron players. They're not practicing. We're focused on their body as they are, as you would hope to and expect people on a professional level to play or to be. So yeah, it's bad.
All day. It is. But guess what isn't bad?
What?
Somebody's been kept in the pocket all year. All year. And it's crazy to even say this because I thought he would be out the pocket. But who's getting off the injury reserve today is active today. The Cowboy who, when I seen they signed him, I said, whoa, that is a great pickup. Shout out to my man, James Washington.
Oh, you didn't miss that drop.
I told y'all that. James Washington is going to be the extra guy, the extra glue that we got to make us competitive as we all been all year in the NFC and the NFL. So shout out to James Washington on the road back. You can't say nothing to him or about him as a bad wide receiver because he's not that. So let's get it on.
He's a forgotten. Can I speak on? He's a forgotten wide receiver. I was about to ask, what position this guy plays? I just got to, I'm gonna make a note. 2 times during this show, I've seen you come alive. Like you was just oozing with energy. The first time was when you was talking about the Did I do it right? There we go. That way. About Jake and New England Patriots. And second time was just now with the Dallas Cowboys. I want that same energy after, after December.
Well, after December, we'll be playing for January. You know what I'm saying? So, you might have to wait till January for that, or February when the season's over, and we're in Dallas together. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to know who the next piece of the Cowboys dynasty is going to get them to a Super Bowl, because there's a new piece every year, every other week too. So once we get that figured out, then I'll start believing.
There we go.
Hold on. Wait, this is your team now. The Bengals are your team, and they signed our players to keep up with what they was doing last year. But you over here talking to me about new players that these are the same players we've had. Oh, hold on. And Le'Veon Collins is coming back. Oh my God! But we're not going to talk about him. Shout out to the Cowboys.
No, we're not even talking about the Bengals. I didn't even get a chance to say a piece on the Patriots. I was waiting for it. I was like,
hold on. You want to say something about the Patriots? You said something 7 minutes ago when you put your head down, because you know why? Everything I said was correct. You had nothing to back for.
I'm trying to check out the extra stats.
You had your lane. I gave you the lane for Patriot talk, and you wrote a dud.
No, you rolled me to James Washington.
I love it. So, too, we appreciate that excitement, but it has to continue, because even though my boys are favored by 17 points today, Brandon Cooks is out, the top wide receiver threat. Should have been a Cowboy.
Was a Saint.
A Saint. Yeah.
He is a Saint.
Oh, he is a Saint. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Patriot.
Like, we gave up a 32 pick, or pick 32 for him.
This next one, the impact of this in you all's eyes. Tannehill, he's been cleared to play, but can they win with him in Tennessee?
No, he's a booty.
I mean, they haven't been winning with him since he signed. I mean, it's just been a couple of games. You'd be like, okay, Tannehill won the game, and that was back when they had A.J. Brown. I mean, right now we know this is a run-first team.
That's true.
It's a run-first team. They tried the quarterback that would best help them in that situation, and when Tannehill was cleared to play, he was right back in the lineup, and this just says a lot. I mean, about the Titans and what pieces they put on and what they are lacking. We all know Tannehill's not that guy. We all can say that. But right now, he's the guy for this team. And if he's not playing and you have Malik Willis there, we've seen the sample size of him, it's not going to work. You're putting too much helm on Derrick Henry, and it's already too much helm already for a running back who's already ran a whole bunch of mileage. So it's tough. It's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what Jacksonville's defense can do to level up the injury that Tannehill has. Because if it's serious, we'll find out today.
All right.
Najee Harris, oblique injury. He's been cleared to play today as well. Can he help the run game and instill a nation?
Yeah, I mean, the run game starts around what? Kenny Prickett, whatever his name is. But yeah, I mean, like last week, he started to come alive. So I think we should see more of that this week. But yeah,
fair enough.
I like the one.
But Pittsburgh's looking for a spark somewhere, and they tried to do it by switching Pickett in for Trubisky. Thought that it was going to be Najee Harris, which he was the spark last year, but he's come out and had like 2 good games this year. The Steelers need more help than that, and I thought TJ Watt came back last week or something, didn't he?
Yep.
It's like I thought that was going to be the spark that they needed to maybe have a rejuvenation, but they won, but it was just by a field goal or something. So the Pittsburgh Steelers need a lot of help, and I don't think it's just a quarterback, running back, or a linebacker spot. And I'm not saying it's Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin's the only person I think that could steer that ship. They need something.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna be real. Not even the back bite, but the Patriots and Steelers are dealing with the same issues. Good organizations.
Back on the Patriots.
No. Good organizations, good coaches, but they're missing things. No. I'm not even taking no shots. They're missing things. They're good competitive teams. They go out there and they're going to compete. We know they're going to compete, but they're in the shadow right now. Rebuilding is kind of like being spoiled all your life, and then your mother and father say, "Hey, we're going to cut our ties with you," and you don't really know what to do. But you know one thing to be competitive. They taught you that, but you don't really know what else to do. And that's what Pittsburgh's going through right now. And it's not Najee Harris who's at the side. It's Pittsburgh overall. The offensive line is trash. Offensive line is whack. You can get the ball out because you have good receivers, but running the football is not going to happen. And my cousin, Mr. Watt, he's dealing with injuries still, and he's back. So it's not no spark. Anything that we consider a spark is not a spark for a team that, and we all know, is rebuilding. They're rebuilding, but they play tough. So
have you ever heard Jerry Jones say the Cowboys are rebuilding?
No, and maybe Jerry Jones.
Thank you. Jerry Jones is a historic team. They are never. These are winning franchise. They are never in the rebuilding stage.
Exactly.
They are head coach.
And rebuild. Hey, and we're gonna knock Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones did because for years he saw him on the offense, and he's changed to try to solve to the defense to try to rebuild the defense. So we can't say that Jerry Jones hasn't done nothing, but these two winning franchises, they're having the same problem right now. They've been winning for so long, they still think they can
get the air horn on that. Let's cut him off and get the air horn. Hashtag Cowboy rebuild. We got Bree in the building, man. Hashtag Cowboy rebuild. That's what you have never heard that.
Hey, we hearing now that the Saints are under construction right now.
Hey, we don't look. I
told you last week.
The goddamn Arlington Renegades on this week. I'm look. Go Bengals, man. Look, you don't gotta tell me about my team. Stop doing the watch parties. Stop changing the group. 2 decades ago, like 2 changes ago, it was brown paper bag.
Now I see it. The Renegades, Bengals jersey.
I never said that. I'm always
Fairweather season now. You know the difference between Fairweather? And don't celebrate your team when it's cold, but always celebrate your team when it's hot. And that's what you're doing right now. You ain't celebrating the Saints right now because they ain't know where to celebrate.
What it is, it's like I'm a parent now. You know, and what you do when your kids get bad, you don't got nothing to tell them. Get your ass in the goddamn room. That's what I'm telling them. You know what I'm saying? I see, what was this? It was a Trevor Noah. Was it Trevor Noah comedian? He said when your kids are 18 or a certain age, you are allowed the opportunity to say, you know, I have no kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, I got no kids. I've been a Saints fan for 20 plus years, man.
Hey, shout out to Unc though, man. He don't see the good and the bad. It goes in rotation. I get it.
No matter how bad it gets, you're never gonna see me with the Washington Redskins, Commanders, Giants, no jerseys other than my Cowboys. Shout out to me and shout out to all the non-Fairweathers, you know, that despite of what they're doing 14-3, can't live the fact when they're 3-14. And that's the reality of the story.
All right, I like that. All right, so you know what? I like this energy because in the beginning of the season, we were trying to do the fan versus fans. It was all crickets.
You told me, hold on. You told me I wasn't allowed because I was part of the show. I was going against everybody every week. We can still do that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the playoff. Let's spark it up.
Yeah.
So speaking of spark it up, this guy here, I don't know if I should trust this or not, but Mike Williams was not on the injury designation. So he's supposed to play for the Chargers today. How many plays does he get? Does he even have an impact on today's game?
No impact whatsoever. He is not Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen can come off an injury reserve for 4 weeks to 6 months and come in and still get a touchdown. Mike Williams, booty. All right, next.
Book it, yeah.
He has
some stuff. What you say?
He has impact. He has impact in the force that Justin Herbert is going to look for him. So he has impact. The thing is it going to be positive or negative impact? Because we know he's going to get the ball. You know he's going to get the targets. The thing is that ankle well? Because last time we seen it off the ankle injury, Justin Herbert wanted to think he's Superman, give him a long leap, and he hurts his ankle again. So it's all about how Justin Herbert uses him. Sometimes quarterbacks got to think like, yo, he's hurt. I got to probably, give it to him different and all that. But spot on about Keenan Allen. No matter how hurt Keenan Allen is, he comes back and he gets the yardage that he needs and all that. But ultimately, the Chargers, man, they're dealing with a lot of injuries this year. Have to go to a lot of the young guys. And then the older guys come back on the field. And it kind of hurts the young guys in a sense, too. Because then they're trying to, we're the young guys, and we're going to get shot now. And then, Mike Williams is back this week. Keenan Allen's back this week. And then what does it do for your team? Put you in disarray.
All right, I'm going to tell you this. So the only player that would have impact for the Chargers would be a lineman, because in the last 3 games, Justin Herbert has been sacked 14 times. So if Mike Williams cannot, do what? Who was this guy? Justin – who was it for New England Patriots? Edelman? And the guy before
Julian
Edelman. He was just running across the middle. Boom. So, I mean, he's going to have to get the ball out fast. So,
I think the other guy you're talking about was Danny Amendola.
Yeah, that guy too. But yes, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the, so, I mean, will he have an impact? Yes. But at the end of the day, Justin Herbert, he's been sacked too many times. So, it starts with him.
And they're down 3 offensive linemen, like you said. That's the big reason, is that he doesn't have time to get that ball out to be able to get it to these wide receivers. But he's still making stuff happen by getting it to Keenan. But I don't think Mike Williams has got that much of a presence like Keenan Allen does to get the ball to him. You're going to be seeing more play out of Gerald Everett and the running back. Running back, Austin Eckler, I think it is.
Like we said last week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? You on mute?
No, we didn't mute you. Go ahead. You're good. We wanted to.
We ad-libbing? We can't hear you there, Coach. You muted yourself.
Yeah, I damn sure did. Senior moment. But hey, last one we're going to cover for the injury report. I'm going to digress to one Jake, not from State Farm. Your Bengals got somebody surprising coming back finally. He's out of concussion protocol and good to go. And that might be, who is that, sir?
That would be one, Mr. Joe Mixon. And to be honest with you, I am perfectly fine with him being on a limited snap count today, because Samaje Perine literally showed the heck out last week. I was talking to my dad about it, him and my wife are the big Bengals fans in the family. He says that Joe Mixon better watch his butt the way Samaje Perine freaking ran that ball. That was hey, there's that Jamar Chase jersey. You said you're going to wear that soon. I like it. They better watch it, or Joe Mixon better watch it, because the way Perine was playing, he was lights out. He would not stop running. A run that looked like it was going to be 2 yards turned into 8 yards. Make sure, because I believe it was a concussion-based type injury, make sure he's healthy. If he still needs some time to heal, we know we're in good hands with Perine and Evans. But the impact that he could make just going up against the Browns is going to be incredible, because between him and Perine going against a battered defensive line, because when they played the Browns earlier in the year, Garrett, Clowney, and the 2 defensive linemen they had, including a linebacker, were not injured. They have a linebacker out. Garrett's beat up after the car wreck. Clowney's starting to slow down just because of how old he's getting. He's starting to slow down with how much he's playing. I don't know who their defensive tackles are. I'm being dead honest. But their linebackers out, and Garrett's injured because of the car wreck. Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine could have a day today if they could get straight through the initial line of defense. So both of them, not just Mixon, both of them could have a big game today, just depending on how healthy the Browns are playing.
And, let me piggyback off of that. Shout out to Jamie. Like she said, if it don't fix, don't fix what's not broke. I will say Mixon give the team the positive energy, though. Yeah, that's true. No, I agree with you, on that. But shout out to the Bengals linemen. They upgraded their linemen, going into this season. And I think that, we've seen that a good system in place, and I think that Joe Mixon seen that too. And he was like, hold on, let me get my ass back out there on the field before before there's a competition for my position. But at the end of the day, we know Mixon brings is Mixon's team. If he plays well, the team will win. And honestly, they might have a trap game. This might be one that they can lose because this is a rival game. So, yes, P. Ryan had a good game, and I would definitely, maybe flex him this week. But yeah, it's Joe Mixon's team, and if Joe Mixon's available, let's get him in.
Joey, my God.
I got him this week too.
Everybody on the Bengals, Joe Mixon is my dude. So it happens me that he's able to play, not because of how Samaji's been playing well, doing the best he can to hold them down. But like Unc said, man, this is Joe Mixon's team here, and the Bengals don't want him no more, and it won't be because of his talent, and just because he's getting older. It won't be because of the talent. Joe Mixon's always been talented. He's been the long guy sitting here when they've been going through the wolves and wolves. Guy's still there, new quarterback, still doing the thing. Joe Mixon,
he deserves it.
So you think he overachieved last week? So P. Ryan did.
No, I don't. He overshined, but he earned that. He earned that. You know what I'm saying? And being a guy that respects where you're at, takes the reps when you can or have to. He deserved that game last week. And it was a new dimension, and a replacement for Cincinnati. Cincinnati and all needed that game. Kansas City didn't need that game last week. And like today, the Bengals need this game today because the Ravens won last week. It's a tie, but the Ravens hold that breaker until they play again. So
they need to play what they know works. They need to put their best team because they got the most, like you were saying. They got the most to lose.
P. Ryan gonna split those touches with Nixon, and he can, but remain to be hungry and all that. Don't have it change now, like you said, because Nixon's back. You can, like we learned in the NFL, that two running backs can help your system. It don't gotta be a down one because one ball and both of them can do work, dog. At the end of the day, it's about getting in and doing the digits and getting that ball in the end zone. That's what they do.
And Cincinnati has a history of that. Mixon and Bernard. Yep. So, they can get that same dynamic back. Man, they're lights out because, Giovanni Bernard was able to, he was the more flex. He was the more catching ball out of the backfield. And Mixon was that straight bruiser. They were dominating. So if they can get, a glimpse of that, like now going into the playoff, it's going to be hell to tell a captain.
And real quick, just so you know, I appreciate you seeing that line's gotten better, but I still need this guy over here to admit that the Bengals line is better than it was last year because he was spewing so much bullshit at the beginning of the year, saying that this line that they have this year is horrible compared to the line they had this year. The last 3 weeks, yes, you did. The last 3 weeks,
no. I said I can't say that.
I said I can't say that. Last year's line.
I said I can't say that. You know why? Because they looked better last year than they did this year. I can't say that. I can't say that.
The lines look better last year than they did this year.
I can't say that.
Is that what you just said?
No, I can't say that. They, besides Kansas City, the last 2 months for the Bengals have been easy win me games, except for the ones against Kansas City. Every other game has been a I should win game. So we haven't really seen Cincinnati in a game that, besides Kansas City last week, that they won the game. I mean, other game.
What did that line do against Kansas City, who has, I forgot his first name, I'm pretty sure it's Chris Jones. He did nothing. Ingram on the other side.
Do we really talk about
that entire defensive line did nothing?
Do we really talk about Kansas City's D line? Hold on.
Why not?
Do we really talk about their D line?
This is still at the time the number one overall in the AFC. Doesn't matter what that defense or offense looks like. They're the number one best record in the AFC.
No matter what it is, when Cincinnati is matchup, they match up well with Kansas City. We've seen that. But I'm talking about the last 2 months prior to that. Every other game is a pick-me. So we haven't really seen Cincinnati in a game where it's like this. We're going to watch in the playoffs. We're going to see it in the playoffs.
You're telling me Tennessee that was 7-4 at the time was a pick-me-up game. Garbage take because they have Derrick Henry that runs over you.
It's matchup. What they do to them last year? What they do to Tennessee last year? And Tennessee's worse than they was last year.
They went to Tennessee in the playoffs and beat them at their house.
We talk about Tennessee as being the kings of the AFC South. What do we think about the AFC South? This is my whole point exactly. The juggernauts, the Bills. Holla at me. You play the Bills or you gonna do that?
All right, hang on.
Hill might lose today.
You gotta play Kansas City again.
We're talking about this and talking about the Bengals' previous game. So they beat the Chiefs, who was the best team in the AFC at the time. They dropped down a seed. That's a pick-me-up game, but yet they ran all over them and was still able to pass and beat them. Yes, it took by a field goal, but they still did it. And then you go to the Titans' house again, and you beat them there. Then this one was at the Steelers, right? This one was at the Steelers, and they beat them by a touchdown at their house. No matter how bad or how good the Steelers game is, this is a rivalry game, and it always goes tooth and nail. Hardest division, toughest division in football. And you still go to the Steelers and beat them at their house. And then, yes, of course, the Panthers aren't that great. But we freaking dropped an entire freaking stadium on them. They were done. Lost to the Browns at the Browns again, because this is the toughest division in football when you go defense-wise. But then we beat the Falcons. So we're owning the NFC South, I believe that is, right now. So you're talking about these pick-me-up games that they're playing and trying to get ahead. The last couple of games that we just saw,
you told me that the Browns defense is slaughtered and destroyed. Myles Garrett can't play because of a car crash. You just told me this stuff, but you're talking about the hardest defensive-wise? And you're playing
that first Browns game was before the car wreck, and I'm saying this game is a very winnable game because the defense of the Browns are completely broke down, and they got Deshaun Cosby throwing the ball on the other side. So this is a very winnable game. This is a very winnable game as long as they play Bengal football.
It is a winnable game. It is a winnable game for y'all because you keep telling me that they're better than they was last year, but I haven't seen it yet.
They only got one pick-me-up game coming within the next 5 games, and it's against the Patriots. They should be able to beat the Browns, but it's still going to be a tough game. The Buccaneers, you got to go against the GOAT at his house. The Patriots, I don't care. I'm not delusional. They're abysmal. They suck. They're going to lose. I don't care how good Bill Belichick does against young quarterbacks. Then they got the Bills, which luckily is at Cincinnati, which could be game of the year on Monday night come January 2nd. And then you got to finish off with the Ravens, who's always a tough game. The Bengals easily could go – they could win out. They could win the rest of these games and finish with a 4-loss season.
13-4.
Very well could do that.
Dude, you look like you're not buying that, man.
I'm not. I've been saying all.
Hey, what you got to say about that?
All year. I've been saying this all year. All the new Benzes and stuff outside don't mean your life is luxurious. They got these little pieces. They try to lure it in. Okay, what is that? They go from paper bags to ha 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 ha. The Saints can't even do that. I appreciate the Saints more than the Bengals. And we talk about but they're still a paper bag team. The Bengals are still a paper bag team until they prove they ain't a paper bag team, and they're gonna remain a paper bag team until what? They get to the Super Bowl last year. Prove me you can win this year. Otherwise, I don't have nothing to say about it.
I don't think Jake buying that, man. He got that.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because this guy's a make-believe wannabe poster boy for the Baltimore Ravens, but claims to be a Cowboys fan. So he thinks he's got a rivalry with. So he thinks he's got a rivalry.
Mute.
You know what? I like that idea. You know, when we have these bouts, I'm gonna make that. You know what? That's I'm saying that cut. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Definitely a shout out to Joshua, man, Little J's Donuts and more out there in Harahan, our sponsor, man, for our shows, for everything that we're doing. You know, they play a big role, and definitely a shout out to him and what they're doing out there. Also a part of our Day of Service, sock and sack lunch give back that we do for the homeless every year on Martin Luther King Day. So he says, shout out to John Curtis Patriots winning state championship last night. Yeah, you know what? I used to hate when I was in high school, man. I'm some big ass white boys. I did not like John Curtis. He used to come and whip up on our urban teams. Like, yeah. Yeah, our black team, we be beating each other up. But John Curtis comes.
Cornfed, huh?
Hey, bro. The only thing we could beat them in was fighting. That's it. Definitely give a shout out to John Curtis, man. They're doing a great thing. Definitely represent the state and the city.
Well, that concludes our injury report for today. We're going to take our first break and then come back and hit you across your forehead, which is start them and sit them. Now hold on tight. Be right back.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's cornerback Delvin Breaux here from your favorite team, New Orleans Saints. I just want to go ahead on and give a shout out to STWF Media for allowing me to come on and talk about my testimony, my story, and also talk fantasy football. I just want to say thank you, man, for the honor. I appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Bro Show out.
On with it. Sports talk with friends, insight, fantasy football. Just want to give everybody a reminder. If you ain't shared, please share. Please comment. Please follow us on all streaming platforms. Right now, we're on YouTube, and as I said, every major streaming platform. And as well, man, share all around. Share the groups that you ain't been to in years. Let them know that we here on this fabulous Sunday as we get into our start and sit of the week. Something that always interests us, you know. It's kind of what makes fantasy football. It's what we do. You look around to see what roster is the best fit for your week. In this case, which roster is the best? In me and Jake's case, you know, because we're going into games today and in the league I run, you know, for playoff position. You know,
you win, you're in.
I'm trying to stay in. So there you go, man, with the week 14 in regards, sit and start. So first off this week, in our sit and talks for the QB position, as I go through it, I don't know why it's taking forever for my phone to log, but DeAndre Swift is the start of the week for the Detroit Lions against the Minnesota Vikings, who are 23rd against running backs. So that's the main toss. I'm saying the guy that, you know, the world of people playing DraftKings or whatever should choose. So now we get into the QB positions. QBs to start. Geno Smith against Carolina, who are 11th against QBs. We have Tua playing against the Chargers in the late night game tonight. Chargers are 19th against QBs. I think that game's going to have some fireworks in it tonight. I really think so. Kirk Cousins against Detroit, dead last against QBs. They're looking like Kirk should eat somewhat today. I don't know how much. You know, Kirk usually comes to these games sometimes when he should really feast and really gives duds. So we'll see. Sleepers, Jared Goff on the opposite side for Detroit. Minnesota is 23rd against quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill, bum ankle and all against Jacksonville. Jacksonville defensively against QBs is 25th. Tyler Huntley against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh defense is the heart of their team, but saying they're 24th against QBs, could see Huntley have somewhat of a good game today in place of Lamar Jackson. QBs
I highly disagree with that.
Go ahead. Well, say it.
Oh no, it's a sleeper. Sorry, I thought that was a sit-em. It's a sleeper. My bad. I did not. I thought they had Huntley. I thought they had Huntley on the sit list. I was like, hell no! Don't you dare sit that man. All right, go ahead, continue.
We got QBs to sit. The 45-year-old is playing against San Fran. If you don't know the 45-year-old is anybody, Tom Brady. San Fran is 4th against QBs, man. That's gonna be an ugly game today. Because Tampa Bay on defense ain't bad either. Daniel Jones against Philadelphia. Philadelphia is 1st ranked against QBs. Saquon Barkley not feeling well today, neck-wise. Daniel, get ready to run. Mike White playing against Buffalo. Last game, they just played Buffalo win. I believe with Zach Wilson, they were able to get a dub. And Mike White's shown that he can do a lot more things with the football, move on the field. So for this one, I may disagree with this one too, but I'm going to go along with it. Buffalo is 8th against QBs, but Buffalo's defense is up in strength, return in the back end, so it could be problems with Mike White. And the bust alert of the week is Cosby Watson, Deshaun Watson of the Cleveland Browns playing against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 6th against the QB position. I think, honestly, the Cincinnati Bengals defense, they don't give them enough respect.
Oh.
I don't think they get the defense enough respect. And so much of the offense that on the other side of the ball, the defense plays ball.
So we give Houston that type of defense? I mean, their defense that type of credit because Deshaun no-play Watson looked horrible against him last week.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about Houston's defense. I'm talking about in terms of Cincinnati. Cincinnati's defense is great.
Oh, but it's not just that Deshaun Watson plays horribly. That's not it.
I think Cosby goes with the Jello today. I think figuring that, he sees on the other side today, man. But it could cause, and this is the thing that you were saying a couple weeks ago, too, with the whole Jacoby Brissett situation and Deshaun Watson. Maybe he should have sat out for the whole season because, kind of have momentum. And now you're playing in games that are meaningful. Like today's game against Joe Burrow, once upon a time, Deshaun, they said you was one of the top QBs in the game. Now Joe Burrow is being claimed as one of the top QBs in the game. And you stand next to him today, and the media could be all over this today if you don't show up, but you don't get the excuse of not showing up and not being around for a year and a half because you made it.
Yeah, and you know what they're doing? They're creating a monster because right now with Jacoby Brissett sitting, you know what, teams want him. And they're benching him. And right now they're showing, they're showing dedication to Deshaun Watson, who's having a lackluster performance on the field. So to me, that showed that he's not ready. Because if you couldn't look like a star against Houston's Texans defense, bro, you're not gonna look the part against Cincinnati's anyone else's. So yeah,
running backs to start today. You start him, he may get you in the end zone a few times based on the last month. My guy Zeke Elliott playing against the 32 ranked defense in the Houston Texans. Him, Tony Pollard, or the third string could score today. We'll see which one of them will score. Let's see if all three of them can score.
See, Dak Prescott might get a running freaking
in fact,
running score today because Dak just circling back to how poor as Deshaun Watson played because the Houston Texans defense is crap.
Miles Sanders, another NFC East running back, Philadelphia Eagle, playing against the Giants, who are 14th against the running game. Isaiah Pacheco playing against Denver, rated 9th against running backs. He's been placing his cleat as the feature back in Kansas City with Hilaire looking like his good days are over. So Donovan Knight, James Robinson's not playing. Michael Carter will play, but he's dealing with it.
You can't just run past that, man. I got to let you, I got to take my credit, get my guys on Isaiah. I'm telling y'all, since the panel was telling me, hey, don't go with Isaiah, man. And you see that, hey, listen to us first, man. Telling y'all, Isaiah playing. And I think CBS be getting their stuff from us when they be right. That's all.
Back to my guy, Knight. Knight will be playing against Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo's going to bring a major defensive presence. So I can't wait to see how he reacts to it. Can't wait to see how that whole Jets team offensively reacts to this improved Buffalo defense compared to weeks ago when they did play. You got sleepers here. This guy, I don't know why this guy's always a sleeper, but he needs to go to sleep and lead the league. Latavius Murray,
another guy,
ranked 19th against running backs. He's the only running back standing in Denver. What a terrible year it's been for Denver. So, man, they got to do some justice and pit one Denver player in here. It's crazy to a point that they didn't even pit Russell on no lists. They didn't put him on a bus alert. They didn't put him on nothing. So they had to pit one Denver player in the whole thing because we're probably not going to hear another Denver player on any of these lists as the day goes on.
I absolutely love seeing how bad these Broncos are doing. People want to say that freaking Seth Rollins had heist of the century at WrestleMania. No, freaking Russell Wilson got the heist of the century when he took all that money from Denver.
Man.
Hey, you know what's funny? And this is how you know. This is why to you fellas out there, you got married, and have your relationship. This is how you got to stay winning when you get a hot chick. Because I don't know if y'all seen the pictures of Sierra. She's taken had a photo shoot with no.
I saw it.
So not only has Russell Wilson been taking L's on the field, bro, he's taking L's in his freaking relationship, man. He got to get his shit together.
It puts you in the Christmas spirit.
With an eggnog.
I'm gonna be good. It is Sunday morning. I'm sorry.
Hey, man. Hey, just in case y'all looking for a blessing, y'all can check our group out for New Life Christian. Every Sunday at 9 o'clock, man. 9 o'clock.
We gonna say I'm
Check
gonna
him
say
out out Shreveport.
I'm gonna say how good Sierra looks. She's the ultimately not played, but she plays a hand in his downfall. Russell Wilson, man, damn. Russell Wilson went from this is what happens when you go from church to not going to church anymore. You know how to control yourself. And these are the types of things that happen. Multiple kids, got a wife now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you was good at being a church guy and being a bachelor, but what you choose to do, and this is what you do, man. Rashad White of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against San Fran. Crazy situation because they call him a sleeper, but yet San Fran is ranked first against running backs. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. This whole matchup is going to be interesting. Could be a low-scoring affair. Could have some medium points in here. Tom can look like he's 21 again, and Purdy can look like he's the rookie of the year. So there's a lot of things that can happen in this 49ers Bucks game. Cam Akers was a sleeper the other night against Las Vegas. Why did he do the other night?
He fumbled. I mean, he had a touchdown, but the fumble really killed him. So I mean, to me, he fits the sleeper role. But the week before, he had a great first game.
We got Jeff Wilson against the Chargers, who will rank 26 against running backs. Now he's running backs to sit. No offensive line means Najee Harris sit you behind down. Playing against the Ravens, who are 6 against running backs. This guy looked like he was trying to pick up some steam and juice, but it just seems like they like other running backs other than him. Devin Singletary playing against the Jets, who are 13th against the running game.
Start playing Dalvin Cook's little brother.
Who said?
So start playing Dalvin Cook's little brother. He's better than
James Cook? That's his name, right? James Cook?
Yes.
Okay. So you got Gus Edwards playing against Pittsburgh, who was 12th against running back, sit you behind down. And Tony Jones, the guy who may get this loaded the touches for Seattle today, sit his behind against Carolina, 21st against running backs. And the bust alert of the week, terrible defense, terrible team. Damian Pierce is your bust alert sit and start of the week. How do you guys feel about that?
That's one of Unk's guys. I don't know how I feel about that because all the guys he says to play averages 15 points a game, so I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, but gotta respect Dallas Cowboys defense and the ineffective offense that they have. So I think that definitely played a role in this call right here to sit Damian Pierce because that's the only high point they have. Brandon Cooks is not playing today. They're in disarray at the quarterback position. So I think because of the lack of the other skill positions made this a pretty smart sit. So, yeah, I can't sit him. I would flex him and maybe, but if you got other options, I would definitely look to that.
Also, speaking still of that running back position, right at the top, I saw the start of the week or whatever. It was DeAndre Swift. I'm a little confused on how that we can, I understand he's got the RB1 moniker behind his name, and you go in Madden, he's the number one guy. But he's not their main touchdown getter. The guy that gets the most points on the Lions is I don't know what his first name is. Is it Jamal Williams? Jamal Williams?
Yep,
okay,
Jamal.
There we go. He gets the most points, and I think he gets more activity from the backfield. So how are we going to say, or how are they going to say, because it's not me saying it, to start DeAndre Swift is your main starting guy when I would play Williams more than him? He would be my running back one. He does more.
Makes sense.
I don't know. I was confused when I saw start of the week DeAndre Swift. I'm like, don't get me wrong, he's a good running back. I like him. I'd like to have him on my team. But if I want touchdowns and I want scores for what I get a game, I want Williams on my team because if they get anywhere from the 5 to the goal line, they're putting Williams in to be that truck to go right in and get a touchdown. Seriously, how many 2 touchdown games have we seen that guy have this year? A lot.
That reminds me of, like we said earlier in the show, the Bengals when they had Mixon and Giovanni Bernard. Because I think maybe they look at Swift, and they were the big play guy. He can have the biggest ability to make big plays, while the other guy just has the ability to score big touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Go figure.
100%.
I'm a touchdown guy.
You want a guy who's going to put you in the end zone sometimes and get you that 6 points, or you want a guy that's going to be a guy, big plays and all that. And though say he gets a big play at 30 yards, it's only 3 points. You know, he gets another big run at 30 yards. It's 3 points. Now, unless that guy's catching receptions in the backfield, then it's not really doing no justice for him. But Swift catches the ball too, outside, I believe. So it's kind of like what you do. And this new and the way fantasy has progressed itself in the last decade is like everybody can eat. But like you said, do you like the guys that get the touchdowns? Like me, everybody, Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard. When he mixes in those yards with those touchdowns, it's lovely. But when he doesn't mix the touchdowns and then Zeke's getting the line touchdowns, the guy who's second to him, it's kind of those two. Because your team, your overall team score can be affected by somebody not getting in the end zone. You could lose a week by not getting in the end zone. Like,
that is true. And that's, and a lot of people, they don't understand that caveat in fantasy football. They just look for, they keep one players. Like I say, some people, I look for touchdowns. My number one guy will score you touchdowns. And, my flex positions, I'll put, big plays and potential touchdowns. But all my RB ones, wide receiver ones, they're going to score me touchdowns. Like last year when Jay Chase came in, he was my RB1. I mean, not RB, but my wide receiver one, because every game he scored a touchdown.
Get that guy. You got that. You need that. You need those touchdowns. Matter, man. Wide receivers, speaking of Chase, go to wide receivers here to start. Garrett Wilson for the Jets playing against Buffalo. 18 against wide receivers. He's been picking up some steam, man. I like Wilson. I like what he's been doing in terms of fantasy numbers this year, being reliable. And that's a good thing. Keep your mouth shut, man, before you end up like Elijah Moore. I'm not saying that he is opening his mouth, but keep on playing football and the balls will come your way. Jerry Jeudy. I said there wasn't going to be another Bronco, and there is another Bronco. Jerry Jeudy against Kansas City, ranked 27 against wide receivers, but I think in all Kansas City's cornerbacks are a lot better than what people say they are, and the Broncos have been bad this year. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know how this is going to play out at all. Hollywood Brown tomorrow against New England. New England's 8th against receivers. Expect Hollywood, to have a game, and people can call him Hollywood again, but I don't know why he has that nickname.
They make big plays. That's about it. But question, I mean, he's been, I dropped him because, I think he got hurt at some point, but I think he's out of the picture, because they got D-Hop back. So how does he fit into that league, especially with a strong running presence with Connor, so yeah, I try to consider all factors right now. So
one factor is to bring in Rondell Moore won't play tomorrow. I believe DeAndre has been dealing with sickness during the week, but he's going to be getting sickness. DeAndre is nothing. He's going to play. So I can kind of see Hollywood being active on the field, but like you said, like, what is it going to be? Like, what is the uprise for? What's the downfall for him? And we see more of the downfall than the uprise this year. New situation. Supposed to be a guy that's he's supposed to love at the QB position, compared to the last guy that he didn't love. And we'll see, man. But he's a wide receiver to start. I'm very questionable on that, just like you. But I think that he will get an opportunity to prove that he can be a wide receiver to start this week.
It'll be a big Monday night game. They're going against New England, so we'll see.
In the good words of Conor McGregor, he'll do fucking nothing.
Devontae Smith, wide receiver of the Eagles, playing against the Giants. Giants opposed one receivers is ninth. Had another quality outing in week 13 against the Titans, 5 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown. I just love to see a side of Devontae Smith like this, but then you see the Devontae Smith that just goes flat. Yep. And that's the question there for him, man. And in his career to go in that, because last year you was the up-and-coming guy. They bring somebody in to make you feel a little bit more comfortable. And does he feel comfortable?
But how often do you take a wide receiver 2 at first-round draft pick?
Well, I think they're hoping he turns into a wide receiver 1 because I don't think they had. No, they did. They got A.J. Brown throughout that draft, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah, they traded for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's interesting. You're right. I don't know. That is a little weird, ain't it?
I'm not saying that from from my cowboy goggles on. I'm just from the outside looking in.
No, I haven't even.
It's a good question
until you just said it.
You're right.
The
way he goes about it. The way he goes about it is just like not wide receiver one. Like he's a good kid. You know what I'm saying? Great player. But like you said, if he's a number 2, why would you do that and risk that and go get him? But I feel like system-wise and scheme-wise, he fits. Maybe the QB and Jalen Hurts. The reason why he doesn't feel comfortable, maybe Jalen can't get the ball to him at time, but they did play in college together, so I don't understand all that. But they ended the rain, so it's kind of like.
I must say, I think that because to me, Devontae Smith would be a sleeper because especially being a rookie coming into the league, how you gonna just say you're the wide receiver 1? You never even know. But AJ Brown, we know he's the wide receiver 1. He's been that position since he was drafted and started playing in Tennessee. But with that, I think that Devontae draft that was just for continuity purpose, just like Tua and Waddle. They just wanted that. I think that might be a thing for these new age quarterbacks.
It is. You seen Chase and Burrow going in. They feel comfortable with their guys. They're getting a lot more say in what they want. It's like these rookie guys, especially at the QB position, coming in and they get to choose their guys off Jump Street. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine if like Burrow was able to get Jefferson as well. That would have been insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But kind of numbers. And I feel like that's a conspiracy. Like if I was a QB and I had 2 guys and we was on a bad team, but it might not happen because like Cincinnati's case, they blew up. They got chased and they blew up to be a good team. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Cincinnati wasn't and they told Jefferson to stay another year. And then go get my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like you said, this is the way it's going to, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are getting a lot more lead say, a lot more control, over who's in their franchise and who's not, and if they're quick to bash somebody they're out. I heard the other day Baker Mayfield was waived and claimed and waived by the 49ers. Reason why he was claimed and waived was because, and that's like some fantasy stuff, like where you're like, I want to claim this player and then I'm straight. There's another player on the come up. Because Christian McCaffrey said he wouldn't step on the field if Baker was signed.
I saw that. So that was real, man. I was like, yeah.
So that was real. That was real. And that speaks volumes. That speaks volumes.
Somebody's feeling pretty sorry now, ain't he?
Volume about what? The character of the person or the franchise that they're coming from?
Both.
In this case with Baker, it's both. Because you already seen him play in Carolina, plus what everybody else in the league says about him. Double whammy. Double whammy for him. It's crazy. Adam Thielen, man, another wide receiver, playing against Detroit. Hey,
look, you're pissing her off now. Come on, man. Help me out.
Sorry, man. You're bad. Hey, you're still a paper bag team, Jamie. It's okay. It's okay. You can pop up every once in a while. You're still a paper bag team, Jamie. I'm gonna send you an orange and black towel or something one day. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a trash bag. It's be a towel or something to let you know that all things could change. I'm not saying that things can't change with Cincinnati, but that's what I remember them as. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that Super Bowl in the early '90s. Was it early '90s or late '80s?
Late '80s.
Late '80s.
You're a Cowboy fan. You know history.
No. I wasn't born at that time, so I'm not gonna sit here.
Y'all won Super Bowls either.
I was born.
Oh, how old were you?
After my last Super Bowl that we won,
It was a '96.
I was 96, 2022. 6, I was 7.
That was just so you know, '96 was the year I was born, so I've never seen them. Thank God.
Hey,
y'all making me feel old as hell. Y'all going on moving on to something else. 96, I was in college.
I'm sorry, Coach. I'm sorry.
Man.
So Adam Thielen should be able to do something. Detroit's defense is going to give you something. Sleepers, Zay Jones against Tennessee. Tennessee ranks dead last against wide receivers. You got Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup as a sleeper today. Michael Gallup's been balling, dog. Looking like that.
You must be talking about a Cowboy player because you always get electric.
Against Houston, because me and we talked about this earlier in terms of me and Coach. He's talking about starting Michael Gallup or Deebo Samuel. So
what about Justin? Wait, you say Wilson? What about George Jefferson? Who's the guy that's coming back that you said?
James Washington.
That guy. So we're gonna start all of the Cowboy receivers.
No. Coach had a personal question today, and Jake, you made
a personal question.
Deebo.
Spell it.
Okay. So I'll ask y'all.
Hey,
I'm like, I want to know what y'all talking about. What we doing over here?
I got Greg Davis, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and Deebo Samuel. Which three should I start?
I don't even know how.
Deebo for sure.
I was about to say, I don't know how Gallup is in the same question with Deebo.
No, Gallup's in the same situation as Deebo because of where the team stands and what Deebo has produced. Hey, Jake, and I know, hold on, this is receipt time, right? Your boy Brandon Ayuk's been playing a little better than Deebo. This is why we mentioned Gallup, because Gallup's been balling over the course of the last month. That's why
last week. Without this new guy playing though, right? James Jefferson, James Jordan. What was his film?
Where's the receipt?
You're gonna find out who he is today. You said
you gave me a compliment. Where's the receipt?
No. You said Deebo. You said Deebo definitely. How's it Deebo definitely when we haven't seen Deebo really put up a subpar game in about a month? How?
He didn't say Brandon Ayuk. If he would have said Brandon Ayuk, I would have said that. But dude, you got so many different avenues.
You just said
Hold
Deebo.
on.
You just said Deebo, of course. You just said Deebo, of course. How's it Deebo, of course? If Deebo, you have to look at what the player has done. The player hasn't done nothing. So when we're talking about Gallup and Deebo, Gallup has performed and produced in the last month. So when it comes down to it, shouldn't he be the guy in the lead of the spot? Shouldn't he?
Bro, San Francisco's got a collection plate of players that they pass around the tray and get their own stats. That's exactly what Deebo is. Brandon Ayuk, yes, has done better within the last 5 weeks or such. But Deebo always has that chance of scoring, whether it be a catching it, passing it, running it. I mean, this San Francisco offense, even with Mr. Irrelevant starting, they're still a playoff team. And so everybody's got a chance to do something on that team, but you just can't turn your heads on them. I personally just like Brandon Ayuk more than Deebo. Deebo gets covered more on the outside. He's the star player. Ayuk's going to be open. Same thing with Kittle going straight up the middle. I mean, look at what McCaffrey was doing. He was looking like an all-star again because Deebo's the worry.
We just talked about this 5 minutes ago. With the touchdowns and the interest and all that. This is why Gallup comes in the situation with Deebo, because Gallup is finding the end zone. Deebo's not finding the end zone. And that's what the difference is when it comes to fantasy football. Do you want the guy that looks good and got the $70 million contract on paper? Or do you want the guy that's been touching the flat green past the flat eye in the last month? I think I want Gallup.
I always say that.
What are you talking about? It's a debate. It don't matter who you pick.
I always say that.
Must start every week.
I'm agreeing with you.
But what I'm saying is, you say Deebo and then say all this, but then dogging Deebo because Ayuk you feel is the primetime target.
I never dog Deebo.
Can y'all tell we are talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Hold up, real quick. Just so you know, I never dogged Deebo. I just said play Ayuk. Stop down because you downed Ayuk. And I was like, don't down Ayuk because he's out here getting more points.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have some touch screens for their ass the next time.
All I know is Michael Gallup scores a touchdown today. I better get a video of you galloping all over your house because of him scoring a touchdown. That's a perfect name. Gallup playing for the Cowboys. He hops on his horse and he gallops around with the touchdown.
James Washington scored. One James Washington scored.
Cut it out. That was kind of corny.
Matt Hollins.
Come on. I want to see him gallop. No, bro. I don't want to see a grown ass man galloping.
No, I would never do that. Never galloping. Never. Matt Hollins.
So, I mean, you vouching for Gallup and that James Washington guy too. So, it sounds like a lot of mouths to feed to me. But all right.
He'll have more touchdowns than Michael Thomas on the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Matt Hollins, wide receiver of the Las Vegas Raiders, playing against the Rams the other night. He was considered a sleeper. DJ Chalk is considered a sleeper today. for Detroit against Minnesota. Wide receivers to sit. Brandon Ayuk against Tampa Bay, ranking 13th against wide receivers, and I did not just make that up. That's on the website.
You did that on purpose. What you
No, I didn't. Oh no, I wish I did, but they know how Tuquan is. They know how to bring stuff up. So you know what I'm saying. George Pickens against Baltimore on 25th. What was against wide receivers? That's just funny that Brandon Ayuk's name's up there. I don't believe in that though. Just to pitch you emphasis on you, Jake. I think Ayuk, you know, saying should be stopped. Juju Smith-Schuster against Denver. Denver is ranked first against wide receivers. I like Ventless Scatland today, actually, in Kansas City. I don't know y'all. Darius Slayton playing against Philly. Philly is ranked against wide receiver 6. Donovan People-Jones against Cincinnati. The bust alert of the week is Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against San Fran's cornerbacks. That should be interesting as well. Mike Evans, woo, that's bad. Tight ends to start. Greg Dulcich of the Denver Broncos playing against Kansas City. Hunter Henry, yes, Patriots, use the tight end, man. Against Arizona, dead ranked last against tight ends. Evan Engram is another starter against Tennessee, ranked 24th against tight ends. You got sleepers. You got Chegnosium Arnold Cole of the Titans playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars that ranked 19th against tight ends. You got Cade Otton against San Fran. This dude is like gonna win the award this year for most like start or sleepers in consecutive weeks. This dude's always on the list. Playing against San Francisco, ranked first against tight ends. You got Jordan Atkins playing against the Cowboys. Tight ends to sit, Mike Gesicki, Tyler Conklin, Tyler Higbee, and your bus alert. Damn, I wish I knew this morning, man. I actually usually have a good game. Dawson Knox of the Buffalo Bills against the Jets.
You should never sit Mike Gesicki because with that high-powered offense, Gesicki's always got a chance, especially when they get in the red zone to catch a touchdown pass. I think that's crap. But other than that, I agree with you.
I like Mike Gesicki. He's on that list. Him and Cade Otton is like they're always in the same spots, but it should be reversed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Agree.
Indeed, and if you're, y'all defenses, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a good stream of defense. Chiefs against Denver, sleepers, Titans against Jacksonville, Bengals against Cleveland, Seahawks versus Carolina, defenses to sit, Browns. And that wraps up your sit and start at your positions.
All right. That's good intel. We're going to roll right into the game picks because we're about 14 minutes away from kickoff. So, first game of the day, we got the Jets at Buffalo.
Jets at Buffalo. I'm gonna say Buffalo here. They're not gonna have a hiccup this time around. I just feel like the hiccups that they have should have already been gone, came and gone. And I feel like today they'll prove a statement that they are a top team in the AFC and that the Jets have to go back to reality at some point. Some point is today.
I agree with you. I'm taking Buffalo in that one.
I got Buffalo.
Last week, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I'm sitting there. I agree with you. I got Buffalo as well.
Last week I went with JET as Jets. So this week, JET as Jets. Redeeming myself.
Somebody's looking in their parlay by 2:00.
Oh, shit. Oh, we got Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Oh man, like I said, like in this Buffalo Jets game, I felt the superior team, the better team going. Cincinnati should beat them. The Browns beat them early in the year. I think that Cincinnati's gotten that hiccup up in terms of losing the teams they shouldn't lose to, and they're gonna beat the Browns today. I just feel like with the QB change, it's a little bit too late to be doing all these different changes, trying to implement Deshaun Watson. Yeah, that's gonna be the burner for the Browns. Bengals by 10.
Let me block the mic real quick. Who they think gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody. Yeah, Joe Burrow's getting his first win against the Browns in his entire career today, for sure.
Man, you said the who they louder than the more with your chest than you said that they gonna win. You had to say for sure.
Real, Jake. You should roll with your wife and your family.
I like the chant. That's what I like about it.
Get off the Patriot bandwagon and be a Bengals fan. Real talk. Man. You should be a Bengals fan.
I'm not.
No Patriot.
Look, I have hometown pride. I am allowed to be happy for the people of Cincinnati, even though I don't give a damn about their sports. But I'll stick up for them because I hear the most about them.
That's funny.
Got a question from the COD God 958 on Twitch. Who should I start this week, Jerry Jeudy or Amari Cooper?
Who's the better quarterback? Who has a better quarterback?
Jerry Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
Maybe in a former life, but not this life.
Yeah, I go with Cooper on this one.
I don't want to, but I go with Cooper just because I think that the corners for the Bengals are beat up and they only have Mike Hilton. So Cooper.
Denver just so bad.
I'm gonna go. I didn't
want to say that.
I'll go with Cooper too. I can't trust Jerry.
The COD God 958. Hope that helps. It sounds like it's unanimous. Go with Cooper.
Yeah, pick.
If you win, we want 10%. If you lose, it's for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Now, if you lose, you block. But if we win, our page is monetized. Hit the donation of the you're on Twitch. Hit the donation box. We appreciate
you. Next up, we got Houston at Dallas.
We don't matter to vote on that. Do we got to make it like it's a competition? Because we know Sis. I don't want to piss Sis off. Sis, we love you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll try to make it seem like it's kind of hard pick. God, man. Look, man, this is a difficult pick. Bro. Like, I really don't know who to go with, man. Sheesh. But look, if I got to pick someone, I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Well, you're pulling my arm too hard, so yeah, I guess the Cowboys.
Right.
I said last week the Colts game was a trap game. I said that wasn't the trap game. I knew what he was going to do to the Colts. This game is the trap game. And the only reason I'm going to say that, though, Cowboys will win, is because Michael Parsons going on Twitter last week and just saying stuff and just not even saying nothing at all. So that's why I think this is going to be a trap game. I think the Texans don't lose by 17, but the Cowboys win. I think they lose by about 8 to 10 points.
And let's all pray for Coach that he survives this Sunday.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'll feel exactly how you feel in about a week or two when the Bengals and Patriots play.
Walking on thin ice, man. Minnesota at Detroit.
Give me those Lions.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa.
And I've been with the Vikings all year, and they are my pick, but freaking Detroit is hot as iron right now, and they have got to strike while they are hot. They got a chance for the playoffs if they keep winning. Give me Detroit.
I'm taking
playing with
Vikings money line, $100.
I'm not making your bet.
They are the underdogs. The Vikings are the underdogs against the Lions today. I can't root with this. I can't go with this. I'm a ride with the Vikings today. No way, no how.
Come on, come with me.
If they are primed for a playoff run or whatever, this type of game here against the Lions, no disrespect to the Lions, they've been playing hard all season. They cannot lose this game today.
I don't think they will.
No, the Vikings cannot lose this game today.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Lions. All right, continuing.
I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, man, like I said this one time before, I was like, why bet? I forgot what team it was, but we're going to see why the Vikings is the better ranked team. That's it. This is a Cinderella moment. Detroit, y'all been on a run. It's cute, but you know what? The carriage is about to turn back into the pumpkin. And this is the week we about to see it. So I'm going with Skull.
I got Minnesota as well. Jacksonville.
Win like that.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I need to take the safe pick.
Right.
I got Jacksonville at Tennessee.
Give me the Jags.
I
I got some upsets today picked.
I picked Jags earlier. Then Jake want to pick the Jags. Might be bad luck, but I'm gonna think it's good luck in this case. I'm gonna stay with the Jags. Upset.
That's my guy.
And I'm rocking with the Jags too.
Wow.
I told y'all, I've been upset. I've been heartbroken that the Jags have not had a great season.
That's a tough one, man. Jags at Tennessee. Their wide receiver still hurt too, huh?
Burks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just changed mine to the Jags. I just don't trust their offense.
And Henry ain't been running the ball good.
No, he has not. Oh, we got Philadelphia at the Giants.
Philly. Easy.
I want to take the Giants, but yeah, Philadelphia. They're about to go to New York and say bye-bye to your playoff dreams.
I'm going to take a loss today. I'm going to take a loss probably today, but I'm going to go with Giants because I got to see Philly get a loss. I got to see
it. Coach, you're in a predicament. 2 just took the Giants. You take whoever the Cowboys are playing, whoever, because you got that one thing going on where you pick against them and the Cowboys win. But 2 just took them, so I don't know where you're going with this pick.
Ooh. I'm gonna say for money purposes, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. But my heart is saying the Giants because we need that Christmas Eve game to be for the division.
So you're doing this out of self-gain.
Oh yeah, I got money. I got a monetary investment and an emotional investment. And
I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like it, dude. That you could tell how much that hurt Coach Lee to get out. He was like, what? And then he went with it. I'm like, man, he really. Hey, props to you. That's always tough.
Giants season on the line today.
Giants weren't even supposed to be here, bro.
That's why the season's on the line today. The season's on the line today because I don't think they're not going to beat Washington, not going to beat the Commanders. This is their season on the line. In order for their season to continue to try to get to the playoffs, they have to win this game today. I mean, like I said, Philly's a great team. But for the fact that I want to see that Christmas Eve game be meaningful, I need to see the Eagles take a loss. Giants.
I can dig it.
What we got? Where we go? There we go. We got Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
I hate this. I got the Ravens.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Steel City.
I got Steel City also. Who?
Yeah, I'm gonna say cricket.
Ravens. I had went after Jake. I just threw a quick out Ravens.
Okay.
Wow. Was that even? There shouldn't even been a question. We already knew who he was picking.
KC at Denver.
Next.
Chiefs. Easy.
Let's ride.
What?
Let's ride, Mahomes.
Okay. Fair enough. Tampa Bay at San Francisco.
San Fran.
Going Tom and the boys.
I got San Fran.
Going Tom Brady and the boys today.
Tommy Two-Pack.
Oh, that game's in San Fran or Tampa?
San Fran.
Oh yeah, I'm going Tom today. Tom about to go home and put on something one more time for the home folks.
Tampa. Is this the oldest quarterback going against the youngest quarterback matchup here?
Yep, and you about to see Granny beat her grandson behind. How you gonna do? That's what you about to see today. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers beat the 49ers.
Dude, come on.
Yes. Take it. Take the pick. Put it on corner camera. Let it know. Tuquan's upset of the day. Tom Brady, 45, goes to San Fran and beats up Purdy. What's his name? Purdy?
Who you got on?
Brock Purdy. There you
San
go.
Fran.
Mark it.
Bet. Carolina at Seattle.
Give me the Sea Chickens.
Seattle.
Give me Carolina.
I got Carolina as well.
Oh, come on. What part of this team do you see being any good to be able to beat Seattle? They got no quarterback.
Third string running back.
Trash.
DK is hurt. Gino can
They
still
got
Gino
Lockett.
at
They
any
got your
given
boy Lockett.
time.
You tell me all the time to start Lockett. They got Lockett.
I do. I just, man, they third string running back.
And we worried about that Pete Carroll system. We know with who was that, Penny? He had a fumbling issue, so we know after that they kept a carousel. So I think we'll see, but I think I ain't worried about that third string. We'll see.
Fair enough. I mean, at the Chargers.
What'd you say? At the Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take tonight purposes. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
oh, man.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins, man.
What happened? Why y'all laughing for?
Hey.
Wait, did you go on air and said that I picked that the Dolphins were going to be the a great team, and now you're picking against
the fanatics of this game is it's matchup. I feel like both defense play the same. I feel like both offenses want to be high X-tail. This is a game for it tonight, and the Chargers as the home team. I'm gonna slide with the home team. Nothing to say against Miami. Miami's been playing stellar football, but I just feel like the Chargers in this type of situation should win. People really don't. I look at Tua as a good QB. People don't look at Tua like that. And after that loss last week against San Fran, they're gonna think of Tua like that. So I think for 1 week they'll be able to bash Tua another week, and Justin Herbert will look like the better quarterback tonight.
All right,
only question I got is how Miami gets back-to-back cross-country trips like that.
That too.
But I got to go with Miami. The last one, Miami.
Okay.
The last one, New England at Arizona.
Easy pick for everybody. Go Patriots.
All right, so Andy Price, he got Ravens QB or Murray.
Ravens QB or Murray, it's 1 o'clock, right?
Would have played the Monday night game.
No, but the Ravens QB play at 1 o'clock.
Now, right? That's right.
At 1 o'clock. So we can't answer no more fantasy questions if you play at 1 o'clock. Now, if I was a spectator, I would play Murray. That's just me.
Yeah, I'd have played Murray because
I played Murray too.
Last week, Huntley, I seen him beating the ground. He looking all frustrated. He wasn't mentally there. So hopefully, so that makes this week for him a little bit more difficult. He got to get there mentally and physically. So Murray, we know he just likes to play Call of Duty. So he should be there. And he has more weapons.
And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to go Patriots tomorrow.
Let's go.
I'm going to go Patriots tomorrow over the Cardinals.
Got to rep your
Belichick's going to have fun. Belichick's going to have fun against Kyler Murray, who doesn't know how to read shit. So it's going to be funny to see if Kyler Murray can bail his ass out of this defense.
Jake, it's funny because when he picked the Chargers, ain't this? And so he in the same paragraph he picked the Patriots. So I mean,
he saved it. He saved it.
I picked the Patriots, man. Okay. I picked the Patriots, man. I just picked the Patriots because Arizona to me, in terms of skiing and NFC, is like it's over for them. The Patriots, though, I'm talking trash about them at times, and all the time, a lot of people pay attention to me. They still have a chance. They still have, despite all this, they still have a chance. Like, they're a team that's like, no, we should just really be tanking for a top 15 pick. But then they're like, let's go out there and try to win. Let's go out there. You say stop Murray, but everybody's picking New England. Because that doesn't mean Kyler can't have a good game and lose the game. We've seen Kyler have good games this year and lose the games based off schematics, as he calls it. So, yeah, Anthony Price, that's why we're saying stop Murray, but everybody's picking New England. Because at the end of the day, you still got to play against Belichick and that defensive scheme. Joe Kyler has proven with athletic ability, he can make things happen. But it's those last 15 plays of the game. If it comes down to it, who's going to be the better coach in that aspect, Cliff Kingsbury or Bill Belichick? And I'm not picking Cliff. The first 15 plays, I'll pick Cliff, but I can't pick him the last 15.
All right.
Fair enough. Well, that's this week's pick. Who got shout-outs today?
Hold on, Coach. Who'd you take?
Who'd I take?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Well, you call me out like that.
I ain't letting you get away with this. You already got away with one. I ain't doing it again.
I gotta say, I gotta go with Arizona on this, only because they're playing at home and hot. That's why I want to pick.
Unc, you ain't getting away with it either. Who'd you pick? I think I missed it. I think you did pick though.
Yeah, it wasn't the Patriots, man. So.
Oh man.
So we
at least two. Thank you.
This is like Hollywood Squares. I'm looking down like, yeah, bro, we had a fair game. I'm sorry, y'all don't know nothing about that, bro. Yeah.
Oh man, that's fun. So who got shout outs today?
Shout out to everybody, man, as well as YouTube, Twitch. Today I've seen a lot of new people from different areas today commenting, sharing, man. Without y'all, the show couldn't buzz the way it's buzzing like this. The show can't go on almost 2 hours without this. Without the fans, we probably go about an hour. With the fans, we go about 2 hours. So shout out to you guys for making it all happen. Shout out to you guys for coming on today and dealing with me on a Sunday where it's cold up here in New England and it's not going to get any hot. It's going to be freezing for a long time.
Yeah, shout out.
Go ahead,
to all
Jay.
you guys, everybody in the comments. Thank you so much, repping us all the time. Yeah, I've been seeing YouTube, the Twitch, everywhere. You guys have been tuning in from everywhere. Thank you, and thank you for all the shout outs and shares. And shout out to you three. Let me come on here and say either my really good opinions or my bullshit. Either way, I take it. You guys always accept it, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, I don't know what I did, but Jamie said I'm going to have to find somewhere else to watch the game today. I don't know what I did. But
I told you to be a fan. I told you to be a Bengals fan. I told you to pay your ways for a Bengals jersey and be a full-time Bengals fan. And you said, nah, I can give a hell about my shitty teams in Ohio. So you said you have to watch the game somewhere else today.
Thank you for catching that because I
Thank
completely
you, Jamie.
missed it.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you said that in the comment. I was like, woo.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all as always. Great way to start the week, finish week. Wherever you lie on that line. I also want to give a thank you to Top Gun for Life, Emerson, Cedric, Jamie, Jose, Bree, Joshua, the COD, God 958, Frankie, and Anthony. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me.
Appreciate it all day, man. Anytime y'all want to tune into a great show, great podcast, just right STWF Media, right on YouTube, all streaming platforms, and vibe with us, man, on your rides to work, your rides home, your workouts in the gym, your workouts running, eating, you know what I'm saying? Hey, tune in.
We're in the building.
Also, real last one. Shout out to Unc too. That interview Friday was outstanding. I watched it while I was at work. You can still find it on the page. Scroll through and find OC the Deity interview. It was fantastic. About an hour and a half. Great questions, great conversations. It was incredible.
Unc did his thing, man. Oh, I see you. I see you.
Hey, trying to do a little something, man. Y'all definitely got a lot more. Watch next week. We're being featured in Dallas Magazine, Dallas Boss Magazine. So y'all definitely check us out. Shout out to Dallas Boss Magazine. And before I get a shout out, I want to put an APB out for Jimmy Ignacio. I want my money. I told you last week to start Trevor Lawrence. So you said it was $100. I want my money. So definitely we put an APB out on you, Jimmy Ignacio. I look to see you on next Sunday's show paying us. But definitely give a shout out to, of course, Little J's, Donuts and More, our sponsor out there in Harahan. And shout out to anyone that wants to get involved with our upcoming annually Sock and Sack Lunch Homeless Give Back. So we intend on doing that in Houston, Dallas, New Orleans, and we're trying to get it in the Boston area
Yes.
So definitely trying to, if y'all want to get involved in that, we got a lot of good things going. Y'all can hit the line at the studio. Y'all can send an email. Y'all can comment in the group. So, we're all about interaction and making an impact. So definitely, if y'all want to get involved, either volunteer to work, send some food, send some money, just reach out. We appreciate that. Definitely, it's a lot to do. So if y'all want to get involved, there's a lot to do. So definitely just reach out. Shout out to everyone in the group. Hopefully our online community can become our local community, because that's where we're looking to make an impact in. We've been in the online sector for a while. So now we're trying to transition into make an impact in the Arlington area. Shout out to the Arlington Renegades. We got our uniforms. Yes, sir. So shout out to the XF4 Knockouts. That league, we're partnering up with them. Shout out to Kingdom Boxing. We got a lot of big things going on in the works with a lot of people out here in the Dallas, Arlington area. So definitely, y'all should jump in this car with us before I roll it up and forget about y'all. But look, this should do it all. Leroy, don't say the Leroy without the Junior, kicking it again on this Sunday with the fellas. And that's all I got. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. 7:30 tomorrow. Play call sheet. Deuces.
Peace.